Alright, welcome back to another episode of How to IGL. My name is Celtic. I'm an IGL for Conquest Esports, and today we're going to be going over practice configs in Counter-Strike and how to utilize them to make more efficient practice and to give you some tools to use. So in front of you, I have the practice config that I currently use. This is borrowed from a guy named Toby who posted it on forums, probably about 2 years ago or so, and I've just added things or adjusted things as I've wanted. So this is kind of customized to my liking, and this is where we have come to be now. So we'll go through the commands one by one and kind of talk about what they do and what they're good for, and then we'll go into our private server and we'll use them and we'll show you how they look. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about here is SV Cheats 1. We want to turn SV Cheats on. We're in a private server, so it's okay to do that, and that's going to allow us to use a lot of these other commands that are in here. Anything that starts with SV, you have to have SV Cheats on for. Also, the r_draw, anything you're going to need SV Cheats on for, and along with a bunch of other things. There's a couple of binds in here as well that I think are really useful, and you can alter those keys that you want to use to your, whatever you want to use. So SV Cheats is going to be on. We want to turn that on. So MP limit team 0, that's going to make sure that we can add, let's say we have a coach in who wants to be in the server. MP limit teams is going to let us put 6 guys on one team, and it's not going to balance the teams out. And that ties into our next command there, which is MP auto team balance 0. We want to turn that off so it allows you to put all your guys on one side, so you're starting from the same spawns. If you want to test spawns and that sort of thing, you can restart the round and test spawns out. Now MP round time 60 is going to set the time of each round to 60 minutes. So it's going to be long and drawn out, not the 2 minutes. You have time to walk things over. So basically you should be able to do everything in one round. Round time _defuse, it's probably not super necessary, but just changes the defuse timer, which we don't really necessarily need there, because unless you're planning the bomb, it's probably not super necessary. Max money is going to set the amount of money that you can have to 60,000. And then the one underneath that, MP start money, is going to be how much money you start with when you load in. And that's also going to set it to the new max money, 60,000. MP _freeze time 0 is going to take away that 11-second or 13-second timer that you have at the beginning of the rounds, allowing you to move immediately. It's just a little leisure thing. You don't need to be wasting that 10-second block of time before round start. MP _buy time, setting it to 9999, lets us buy whenever we want during the round. That 999 won't run out in the bajillion minutes that we have in round time. So if you set the buy time, then you'll be able to buy at any time. You can go back and buy things. MP _buy _anywhere 1 lets you open the buy menu and purchase anywhere on the map. This has been known to cause some issues. If it causes issues for you in your practice server where it's causing bigger drops in performance, you can go ahead and turn that off. It's just it's a quality of life thing. SV infinite ammo 1. There's 2 kinds of infinite ammo. 1 doesn't require reload, or I have that backwards, and 2 doesn't require a reload. I don't know. There's 1 and 2. 1 requires reloads, but you can just you'll have infinite clips, so to speak, and the other one you can just spray forever and the bullets never run out. So take your pick on which one of those you want to use. I believe 2 is just infinite all the time, and 1 is reload, but we'll double check that when we get in, because I don't remember quite off. Ammo grenade limit total 5. That's going to allow you to buy each one of the grenades, so you can buy smoke, flash, Molotov, HE, and decoy. You can have all of them in your arsenal. You're not limited to just 4. Bot _kick is going to kick all the bots on the server. This is nice for keeping them out of the way, keeping the performance up on the private server when you have everybody in there, that sort of thing. And then MP warm-up end is going to kill the warm-up immediately when you get in, so you can just get straight to practicing. Now we're going to get into the practice section. These are specifically towards being able to run through things with your team and see things and explain things. So SV grenade trajectory 1 is going to show the trajectory trajectory of the utility you throw with that green line that comes out. And then the command below it, SV grenade trajectory time, is how long it stays in the air so you can see it. SV show impacts 1 is going to put impacts of bullets where you shoot them. It's going to do that blue and red dots for you to see all that sort of stuff. It's nice to be able to show, hey, I'm shooting at this, to show you the lineup for a smoke or whatever if you want to go that way. That is the command for that. Show impacts time 10, that's how long they last. MP underscore friendly fire keeps your teammates from shooting each other while you're walking through stuff. That's really useful as an IGL because people do tend to screw around if you don't have the reins on them. So keeping them from murdering each other is good. MP underscore auto kick, if somebody shoots your team too many times, it doesn't kick them away. If they're AFK, it doesn't kick them away, that sort of thing. So you want to turn that off. SV underscore auto bunny hopping allows you to just hold down spacebar and bunny hop. If for some reason your alt bind to noclip isn't working, this is a good alternative to get around quickly. It's also fun to play around with if you're not used to bunny hopping or anything. It's a nice way to play around with that. We'll get in and then the last command, is MP underscore restart game 1, which just restarts the round there so that you can start from the beginning. If people die or whatever, if you're playing trades or whatever, and you need to reset so everybody can come back alive, that's the command that happens at the end of the practice config. So every time you execute the practice config, it'll run the restart. So the binds that I have in here, I just have alt bound to noclip, that's left alt. If you want to use right alt for some reason, then the bind would be R alt instead of alt, and that's for no clipping. And then I have the letter L bound to SV underscore rethrow last grenade, which will throw a grenade on the same trajectory as the one you last threw. So it's useful for setting up executes to show your team you can throw one smoke and then go set up your second one and then throw them both at the same time by hitting the bind and then throwing your own. And then of course I just have a couple of echoes. If you do any computer programming or computer science at all, you know what echoes is. It just prints this statement. So in your console it'll print practice config loaded so that you know your practice config loaded without any issues. So we're going to go ahead and save that. I'll show you where to put it here. We're going to go into our file explorer. So in our Counter-Strike folder, we're going to go to our Counter-Strike folder. We want to go into the bin here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. CSGO. Not bin. That's for some other things. But into the CSGO folder in... So you have your Counter-Strike folder. You go into the CSGO folder. And then this will go in your CFG folder. Now you want to save it as whatever is useful to you. But all of these are runnable through the game. I've saved this one as practice.cfg. Just for future reference because we're going to need that when we get in the game. But that's where you want to save it, in the CFG folder. And you want to save it as a CFG file. So when you do your save as, you're going to want to save it as a .cfg. Okay? So now, we'll get into the game here. So here we are in Counter-Strike. We're going to load up a practice with bots. We'll go to Mirage for the heck of it. We'll turn bots off for now. And then we'll hit go. And we'll launch into the server here. I maybe should have preloaded this before I started recording the video because I don't feel like editing, and now we're going to have to wait like 10 seconds for me to get in. So once we get connected to the server, we're going to pick a team, and then it will load us in, and then we'll launch our config. So we'll pick the T side to start. Now we want to open our console with tilde, or whatever you have console bound to. If you don't know how to launch your console in the game, it's going to be in the game settings, I believe, and we're going to go to enable developer console and put that to yes. If it is not, then you're going to hit tilde, and the command to launch any config that is in that config folder is going to be exec, and then you're going to type the file name. So ours is practice.cfg, and we're going to execute that. See, now it says our practice config is loaded. There it is, and the game restarted. And now we can buy all of our grenades. You know, if we throw a grenade, we can use that bind on L to throw another one. We can no clip around with left alt. We can auto bunny hop without any issues. We can buy anywhere. The timer's been set to 60, and all of those nice little things that we wanted to do, like impacts, those are all there. Bam. If we want to put the bomb down, we can. Actually, I don't know if you can. If you use E to buy, you might not be able to because of the buy anywhere thing. But you can turn that off, of course, and you can, we can use the draw cheats, or we can use the SV cheat stuff if we want. So SV, anything in this list, we can use, right? So if you want to do like auto buy, oh that's an old command. Why is that still in there? Auto buy ammo? We don't buy ammo anymore. That's crazy. I don't even know what half of these do, but I mean, you can use all the SV stuff, and that's basically the basics of how you use the practice commands. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord and ask me through DMs, or you can post it in the general chat, any of those things. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter as well, at drceltic, and we can talk about it there. But hopefully this helps you out. I'll post the text for this in the description below if you want to be able to copy and paste it and just plug it in. I use Notepad++ to edit it, but you can definitely use regular Notepad as well, as long as you can save it as a .cfg. Alright, I'm Celtic. Thanks for joining me today, and good luck in the IGLing in the servers.